Right, finally, just before we break for lunch and the afternoon session, I just want to invite Sue Townsley up. Come on, Sue. Many of you will know Sue's been around a very long time. And she looks like it as well, Sue. Sue is a trustee of the PHA. You have been for quite a long time, haven't you? She's been looking forward with intense excitement about this. Have you not?
I thought I'd got away with it.
No, you haven't, Sue. No. So.
You put me off for so long. Well, like Ian said, I haven't been looking forward to this. It's been very painful to think about myself standing up here, addressing all you guys. But then, basically, we're all in the same position. We all suffer with the same disease. Well, one of them anyway. But we're not immune to other diseases. And I think my talk today, or what I want to say is, I don't want to concentrate on my diagnosis and when it was and when it happened and how traumatic it was, because we've all been there, we've all got our own experiences, and it can be, you know, quite upsetting for everybody to, you know, relive those experiences. But just listening to the panel and everything today, I think, just to put it very briefly, the diagnosis in the early days was like really very scary. But over the years, I've sort of come to live with PH and allowed PH to live with me. And although sometimes people can look at me and think that maybe I shouldn't be doing some of the things that I do, I just get on with it. And I'm a survivor. We're all survivors. You've proved that. You're all here. You're all very strong people. So that was one of the things I wanted to say. And also the prognosis. I didn't put my hand up when we were asked about how important a prognosis to us is. It really is not important to me anymore. It was in the early days because I needed something to focus on. I wanted to know how long I had left because I had a young family. I needed to know what my quality of life was going to be. And in a way, I think I went into denial about having PH and the serious implications that could have. I dealt with the symptoms. I dealt with my family. My family had to come first, and I always did put them first. So it was just, you just got on with it, like Ian said, just get on with it. And so a prognosis to me is not that important anymore because I know how I feel, I know how I can cope. Yeah, it would be nice to sort of like think that there might be a cure within our lifetime, but at the moment my quality of life is fine. I'm being looked after very well by the medications and my specialist centres. Mike was talking about emotional support. I think that is a huge, huge area we need to look into because I think you can cope with the physical side of things and the medications that you are given to sort of like cope and manage your symptoms, but the emotional pressures are huge. A huge impact on you, impact on your family, your loved ones. And I think sometimes I get a bit envious of people that have a huge amount of support from their families, and you know, they're like Waltons, they're all like lovey-dovey and all happy, and I don't actually get that sort of support because I'm the support for my family. Regardless of how ill I am, they always look to me for their support. So I want sometimes someone to put their arm around me and and I'm not going to cry, Ian, I promise. Mouth is a bit dry. So yeah, that was, I wanted to like respond to that. Communication is a huge problem in my dysfunctional family, and I do have my Jeremy Kyle moments. I have a very difficult son to deal with. I have a young daughter with a huge age gap in between, and I'm also a grandma. I've got two beautiful granddaughters, but sometimes communications can be a huge problem because if we're honest, we don't all have the ability to communicate well with the people that matter to us. And it would be lovely in an ideal world to have those communication channels all free and easy. But really, to most people, they're not. So again, you just have to get on with it and to be as strong as possible. Sometimes I have the opportunity through the charity to be put in contact with people that need somebody else to talk to. And quite recently, I've been talking to a young woman who was diagnosed quite recently, but found out that she'd had it for a long time, which is quite common. And she says, well, how do you get on? And she's so fed up, she's so depressed, and I haven't got the answers. It's just that everybody's an individual, and like Dominic said, you have to concentrate on the things that you can do. As small as they are, you have to concentrate on those. And each and every step that you take is a milestone, really. And, you know, to get you through your day, your week, your year, and you've just got to carry on. So that was it. Well, I could go on forever, but and I could tell you some really scary stories, but I'm not going to.
I don't go on. I'll give Sue a hug for everybody, okay?
I got to stick
Which is actually very good, because I'm professional. Sue's one of our patients in Sheffield, so our relationship is, you know, we've got to be very careful here. But on a serious note, one of the I've been thinking of the last year, as the PHA has been going for 10 years, and what is it that really motivates me to continue being involved in the PHA? Because I don't need it. I could get enough PH at work all the time. I don't need this extra burden. But on a serious note, I mean, and this might sound a bit sycophant, the reason I have continued for 10 years with the PHA and will continue for probably the next 10 years is because of people like Sue, and because of the people that we've given emphasis awards to, the two simple ones, and you know, the actual people that I have the privilege to sort of work with. It is sometimes, you listen earlier on this morning, you think, gosh, this is really quite deep and a bit depressing. But it's not. We've come a long way, and we've got a long way to go. And we'll get there eventually. Sue will get there. Yeah.
I'm there already. Yeah. I'm at peace with myself, I think.
Well, that's a huge... I've known Sue for about 10 years, and for Sue to be at peace with herself, she's come a long way, haven't you, woman? So anyway, we're gonna break now. Now, just on a few housekeeping notes, the dinner is served out there. There is one of the rooms, one of these sort of side rooms that's set up with some tables. So people have got a choice. Either you can have a sort of stand-up buffet lunch, or there is one of the rooms, I'm not quite sure which one it is set up out there. You've got the itinerary, and it's important that with the afternoon sessions, these breakout sessions start on time, because what we're going to be doing is to ensure for people to get through all the two sessions that they're doing is that they start on time so they can finish on time and swap over. So make sure you've got your packs. If you're uncertain, speak to Caroline, Christine or Andy from the office where your rooms are booked, but please be on time for those, because we don't have the same flexibility. Okay, have a good lunch.